Okay, so you've decided to play saxophone. Saxophone is a really cool instrument. There are 4 different sizes that are used today commonly. There's the soprano and the tenor, the alto, and the bass. So today I'm going to show you how to put together the alto saxophone. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you're going to open it with the top of the case on top and the bottom of the case on the bottom. Now, most instruments will have the brand name of the instrument on the top listed somewhere. This is a replacement case because the old one got worn out. So this one doesn't have a brand name. This is just a universal saxophone case. If you want to, you could place a piece of colored tape on the top, or you could even tape your name to the top of the case once you figure out which end is the top. Now, the greatest way to figure out which way is the top, because the bottom looks exactly like the top does, is on your saxophone cases. Generally, the top will be a little bit narrower on the top portion of the case as opposed to the bottom. So if you look, this is the bottom, okay, and then the top is like that much narrower. So it's like that much difference. All right. The other thing, which is like your major indicator, is that your latches will come upwards when you open the case. Now, before I open the case, I want to make sure it's on a stable surface. You definitely do not want to put your saxophone case on a music stand. It'll flop and your instrument will fall out, and everything that's inside of the case will fall out, and your instrument will get damaged, your mouthpiece will get damaged, and your reed will get damaged. That's a lot of damages, and your parents will not be happy with you. So let's make sure that we open our case safely, because you want to protect it so that you can practice on it and get a good tone. So let's make sure, yeah, the latches go upwards, just like that. Okay, so great job so far, okay? And then we open up the case. Now, before you start putting your instrument together, you're like, where's the rest of it? All right, we have this compartment, okay? This compartment has your neck strap on it, okay? I would put the neck strap on first, just because the weight of the instrument is going to fall on your neck strap. This neck strap is set to basically where I like to have it set, all right? And then you're going to hook the body of the saxophone onto the neck strap, okay? So you want to try to hold it by the bell and by the bottom of the bell here when you take up your saxophone. You don't want to pull it by the rods, because what could happen is you could damage the rods. Okay, you don't want to squish down the keys, because then you could throw out the alignment of the keys. All right, notice I'm still going to hold the weight of the instrument by the bell, and that supports it. And then I'm going to put the latch right there from my neck strap onto the hook area of the saxophone. Okay, now the weight of the instrument will fall on my neck strap, and I can continue with assembling my instrument. Okay. The next thing that you want to put on is your neck. Okay, your neck is gonna come over the top of this right here. So this part is gonna come right over the top here. Okay, and then you just have to kind of twist it. Now this is being a little bit hard, so if you need to, undo this screw. Don't take the screw all the way out. Okay, just a little bit of a twist out, and then your neck will go on top of that, and then you tighten it until you get some resistance. You don't have to tighten it all the way, okay? Remember, this is just to hold the neck on so that it doesn't fall off, okay? This is your octave key. You want to make sure if the octave key, some saxophones, if they get misaligned or misadjusted, this octave key will stay up, and so this could mess with your tone later on. So when you have that neck attached, the octave key should be flat down across this part right here. Otherwise, you leak air out, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mouthpiece on. I don't have to have my ligature on right now. If the mouthpiece is difficult to put on, you may need to use what's called some cork grease, okay? This case does not have it. We do not have any cork grease in here, but my cork is going on just fine, or my mouthpiece is going on just fine there, okay? And I'm gonna twist it into the angle of where it's gonna come right up into playing position for me, like that, okay? If you need to, you can adjust your neck strap so that way it comes up a little bit more into better playing position. This should be tested before you put the reed on, just to make sure everything's aligned correctly and you don't want to damage the reed, okay? So right there, you do that. Now most saxophones have what's called a cap for the mouthpiece. This one, the student has misplaced it, so we don't have that to protect the reed, but you can survive without it. You can be careful without the cap, all right? Now what we're going to do here is, notice how I have my ligature on already. I loosened up the screws, and then I'm gonna slide my reed right between the mouthpiece and the ligature, just like that. Okay, then I'm gonna tighten up the ligature. Bottom screw I'll tighten up first, and that's gonna be a little bit tighter than the top screw, and the top screw just kind of keeps it stabilized, okay? And then you just put it up, you're ready to play. Yay! Okay, so we made it through band class or our practice session at home, our jam session at home. Mom and Dad think we sound so cool because we're jazzy saxy. All right, now we're gonna take off the instrument exactly the opposite. We're gonna pack it up exactly the opposite that we put it together. So the first thing to come off is gonna be your reed. Now you may need to adjust your ligature so that it comes off, okay? And then afterwards, if you want to, you can wipe it down. That way the spit doesn't get all like moldy in there. And then the reed is put away. You take off your mouthpiece. Notice how I'm doing like little twist motions because I don't want to tear the cork on the end of the neck. You tear that up, it's not going to hold your mouthpiece on and it'll mess up your tone. Okay, I put my mouthpiece in. I'm going to loosen up the screw that holds my neck in, and I'm going to twist out my neck. Now, if this gets tough to take on or off, you're not going to use grease, okay? It may just need to be cleaned up. There may be some residue that you just need to clean up, and this one is being just a little bit difficult, so let me loosen that a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that came off. So this instrument is going to have to go and be maintenanced. There's some rust residue on that that's keeping that from going on and off easily, okay? And then remember I told you, hold the instrument by the bell, the weight of the instrument by the bell, release your neck strap from it, okay? And then you're going to place it. Now some of them come with a cleaning rod, okay? You can put that in there, that's fine. That'll keep the keys from soaking up all of the water, okay? And then you take off your neck strap. Make sure you take off your neck strap because it's really important. Without the neck strap, you do not have any good posture support, especially as a start out player. So make sure you take off the neck strap, put the neck strap back in your case, close it up, make sure that the latches are all the way down. Notice how I had to push that one, and now you're ready to go off to your next class.